Hey everybody, it's Max. I'm back with another font review. Got another big project to share with you guys. So, back in my Tuscan Terminator review, I mentioned that there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes font-wise. This was one of them. And I'm allowed to finally talk about it now, so at least here on YouTube. New font commission that I just made with the Cosmic Ape back in January. It just came out recently. If you guys don't remember, Cosmic Ape, he's the guy that created the Mega Man fonts that I reviewed a couple weeks back. It was probably a couple weeks ago. I reached out to him just last year and asked him about making a set of fonts for me because I thought he would be the perfect candidate to make this idea that I had for like a really long time. I came up with this idea probably in 2016, 2015. I don't remember. Trying to remember the timeline of how the creation of this idea came to be, but basically, I'll make things short. And basically, I had this idea based on one of my favorite TV shows of all time, animated shows, Steven Universe, the popular Cartoon Network show that hopefully most of you are aware of. And I had this idea to make a saber font that sounded like the Diamonds themes. I remember first watching the show and I heard that theme in The Answer. It was like this very low, mellow sound to it. And I thought it sounded awesome. Like, I wonder how that would sound in a lightsaber. And they brought the theme back in another episode, Message Received, the episode that Yellow Diamond appears in. And I was like, okay, let's make a Yellow Diamond saber font. And at the time, she was the only character of the four diamonds to be officially revealed. It wasn't until like a year later that Blue Diamond got revealed, and then after that Pink, and then finally White Diamond for last. And as I kept watching the show and, the Diamonds finally made their appearances, I just made a decision and I just thought to myself, I can't just do yellow. I have to do all of them because they were all just so good. And they didn't get enough screen time, which really blows. And whenever they were on screen, it was like Darth Vader in Rogue One. It was just, they stole the show. They were great. I still have kind of my gripes with them. Anyone who's seen the series knows sort of the controversy and stuff between like how much they were able to get away with on the show and what they weren't able to, and just just how much time the network gave to them. And apparently they wanted to show a lot more than what we were originally shown on the show, so that really blows. So yeah, this font is called Tyrant Diamonds. This is inspired by the four diamonds from Steven Universe: yellow, blue, pink, and white. Inspired by their characters, their themes, and the color that's associated with them. So for example, and I'll show you in the font in just a sec, you'll get their theme, but you also get a little bit of hints of sort of what the lightsaber is based on, sort of a little tell. For example, on the first font, which I'm about to demonstrate, on White Diamond, for example, her font is not only inspired by her theme, which I believe is F flat major. I'm not a music major by any means, so if anyone out there who's watching this is a music major, like one of my friends is, correct me in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure according to the Steven Universe Art and Origins book and the wiki, the theme goes for the diamonds. For White Diamond, it's F flat major, yellow it's B major, blue it's E major, and pink is A major. I believe those are the four tones that they used. But correct me if I'm wrong, just in case. But I'm pretty sure those are the four that they used. And according to an old tweet that I was able to find, I wasn't actually able to find it on his account originally, back when he posted it. I think he deleted it since, but I don't know why. Probably, maybe he wasn't allowed to talk about it, or maybe someone with the network came up and like, hey, you weren't supposed to bring that up. But they bring this up in the Steven Universe Art and Origin books anyway. But basically, the main concept, of this font with the themes, or at least on the show, is according to the official composers, Avi and Surashu, and from an old tweet from Surashu, which I'm going to pull up on the screen somewhere over here, he says, I took a string sample, a blown sample, harmonet, and passed it through a synth intended to be a non-musical sound. Anyone who's seen the show and have heard the Diamonds themes, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you're going to hear it on the four fonts I'm about to show you guys. I always thought it was like an accordion that was getting stretched through a synthesizer. That's always how I imagine the Diamonds themes were, which, I mean, I guess I'm kind of right, so. But then again, he used like string and harmonet sounds, so that's probably why. I'm going to demo this on my Saber Trio Reaver. It's in the CFX format, although the font does come in CFX, Profi, and Golden Harvest V3 formats. I'm going to jump straight into a Blade demo because I have a lot to talk about with this font. So let's get into it. Let's listen to that ignition one more time. Oh. I'm sorry, you guys. I think I just died and went to heaven for like 2 seconds. I mean, just listen to that. Oh. So good. So good. When he was sending me the work in progress videos for this font while we were working on it, he sent me that first video, which was White Diamond, and when I heard that ignition, I was like, he's gonna kill it. He killed it. So, the idea behind this font is that this is inspired by White Diamond, her theme, which is F flat major, hopefully that's right, and white lightsabers. So think like Ahsoka Tano's lightsaber, for example. I think that's really the only white lightsabers in canon. And you can hear that's her theme. So for the smooth swings and the hum, I actually originally made the files myself, but I didn't know if they were compatible with the saber. And when I tested them out originally, they sounded a little quiet. So what Cosmic Ape did is he went back and fixed all the files for me, so now it sounds great. So let's get into some smooth swings. Which is also her theme. This is a very, very musical font. I love the sound the Diamond's like theme makes, so I was like, I wonder how that would sound in a lightsaber, and it sounds awesome. I'm so over the moon of how this came out, you guys. I'm so excited. You can tell I'm excited. So let's get some accent swings. Very like prominent accent swings. I don't know how to describe it. It sounds like almost like a very reverb-esque sound, and it's just cutting through the air. It works. It really works for this font. It complements the smooth swings very well. Gonna do some clashes. Very hard-hitting clashes. Get some lockup. That's just insane. I really don't know how to describe the lock. I think it's their mind control powers. It sounds like that sound like there's a scene in the episode. And it's actually one of the quotes that you're gonna hear later. That plays. There's like this really like prominent sound that they use in Change Your Mind when it's after the scene where White Diamond's like, you know, now they are brilliant, now they're me, and this like really like high pitched like beer sound plays, and I think he used that in the lockup, and it sounds great. Almost sounds like a glass shattering on the end locks, which works. I think it works with the Steve Universe sound design. They tend to use a lot of like shatter sounds, if you know what I mean. Let's get into some blasters. Very classic sci-fi. There's a mix of sci-fi and Star Wars blasters in there. So it's kind of got like those like 50s sci-fi blaster sounds. But we also got like the AT-AT blasters and like more modern Star Wars blasters. So drag similar to the lockup, but less detailed. So let's get into some force sounds.
Hello, Starlight. You certainly gave everyone a scare.
Lots of great quotes, you guys.
I'm certain I don't need you. After all, I'm every color of the light. But you're a part of me. The part I always have to repress.
I always remembered her saying that in a much more sinister tone, but I guess I'm having a Mandela effect because That's actually the way she says it in the episode. I always remember her saying it a lot more sinister, but oh well.
You're not going anywhere. Now the impurities you've encouraged in them are gone. Now they are brilliant. Now they are perfect. Now they are free.
That's the part I'm talking about, the lockup. That breed sound. I think that's the lockup. Sounds kind of like it. You be the judge, so.
This can't be happening. I can't have a flaw. I'm supposed to be flawless. If I'm not perfect, then who am I?
You're human. Even though you're not. We all make mistakes. I forgot how messed up that episode is. That's White Diamond's mind control power. So, one of her powers is mind control, and she's using it on one of the characters, Pearl, who's in my top 3 favorite characters on the show. And oh god, Dee Dee does such a great job. So she sounds like terrified. They all did a great job. But Dee Dee especially. Oh man, I remember first watching it, chills went down my spine. I think we kind of take mind control for granted as a Star Wars fan, because when we think of mind control, at least in the case of Star Wars, we think of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Rey, haha, look at the dumb stormtrooper falling for the mind trick. But then Steven Universe comes in, it's just like, no, mind control is not a laughing matter. It's scary. It reminds me of that episode of Avatar, the creepy old lady who could control people using their blood instead of waterbending, but she's using the people's blood. That episode's so scary, and that scene in Change Your Mind, it reminds me so much of that scene. Not as bad as Avatar, not as scary, I don't think, but it's definitely an unnerving sight to see. I didn't trigger all the Force sounds, but just because we have a lot to get through, I'm just going to go straight into the next font. Depending on how you get it, the way he made the fonts is he made it white, blue, yellow, pink. But if you know the order of the Diamond's themes, it goes white, yellow, blue, pink. So for the sake of this review video, I'm just going to go in the order of how it went on the show. So Yellow Diamond is next.
I'm not interested in the puny thoughts of a paradox.
Sassy. So for this font, I decided to go with a special yellow color. I picked a specific golden yellow color. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but it's not yellow or amber. It's something in between. And I don't know how well it's going to look up on camera, but on my iPhone, it looks like this pretty golden yellow color. I'll pull up a picture somewhere on screen, but it reminds me a lot of Pit's rings in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. If anyone who's played it, you know what I'm talking about, but it reminds me a lot of that. And again, this is Yellow Diamond's theme, which is B major, I believe. So, let's get into some smooth swings. So, very musical smooth swings, just like White Diamond, except on this one, it's definitely got more of a, on one of the pairs, let me see if I can try to trigger it. Right there, it's got more of almost a robotic sound to it, which I guess kind of works for her character, so, let's get into some accent swings. I love the swings, the accent swings. They're very robotic sounding. It's like he took her theme. Whoops. It's like he took her theme and added this pitch jitter effect or something to it. So it's and it's super cool. It just works so well with her character. I'm through the moon with how this font came out. Seriously. Let's get to some clashes. Very electrical clashes. For those that aren't aware, one of Yellow Diamond's powers is that she has a power that's called light destabilization. It's pretty much Steven Universe's equivalent to Force Lightning, and you all should know what Force Lightning is, but basically on the show, she would use this power, and whenever we would hit one of the gems, they'd pretty much explode back into their gem. So it's pretty much like their equivalent of regeneration, but it's pretty much Force Lightning, or Force Judgment if you're a Legends fan. Let's get into some blasters. And again, lots of classic sci-fi blasters mixed with the Star Wars blasters, which I like. Let's get into some lockup. Very electrical sounding lockup, which I like. Let's get into some force sounds.
That will be all.
That's from That Will Be All, when she does the when she's talking to Holly Blue Agate and she's like, "That'll be all," and she claps her fingers, hands. That's her using the light destabilization. She's using it on one of the characters, a fan favorite character, but anyone who's seen the show knows where that's from. It's sad.
This is completely unprecedented.
More quotes?
We all must make sacrifices for the sake of our perfect empire.
Does this look perfect to you?
Does this look perfect to you?
So when she zaps Blue Diamond.
You'd hurt a fellow diamond!
And that's the first time we see her use that power, and I think that's the main primary inspiration for all the Force sounds, is that scene right there when she uses light destabilization for the first time and takes out one of the Zircons, so... And the other sounds are inspired by yellow lightsabers, so think like the Temple Guards and Rey's lightsaber from Episode 9. So,
Blue Diamond.
This one's Blue Diamond. This one's probably my personal favorite, if I'm being honest. I'm probably being a little biased, though, because Blue Diamond is my favorite of the diamonds. Blue Diamond's best diamond, so let's get into it.
I want to know what she thinks we're going to do with her.
So this is Blue Diamond's theme, which is E major. Definitely probably one of the more somber tones of the Diamond's themes. For a reason. If you've seen the show, you probably know why. It's definitely got a pleasant tone to it. Like, I like how it sounds on the saber, especially. Let's get into some smooth swing. Let's get into some accent swings. Very musical sounding accent swings, and there's actually an Easter egg in the accent swings. If you swing the saber around in specific order, you actually get a subtle Easter egg to the show, which was completely unintentional, by the way. I know you're probably watching this, Cosmic Ape, Joel. This is a completely unintentional Easter egg. I'm gonna play a clip of a video that he sent me, where it just so happened that the accent swings played in an order in the exact same way a song on the show does. That ironically relates to the character of Blue Diamond. So, here's the clip. See, that's just awesome. It's a subtle Easter egg and it was completely unintentional, but I love it. So, can you do some blasters? That's a good one. Very sci-fi blasters. Don't really hear any Star Wars blasters, but for the sake of this font, I really like the blasters because they're very like deep sounding, which relates to her power, which is sadness inductment. It's basically she uses her this is gonna sound messed up. She uses her depression to emit these big supersonic like blue waves where like it like affects everything around it, causes you to start like grieving like crazy. She uses that power against the characters a lot. She also summons like giant blue energy balls, similar to the Ki Blast in Dragon Ball, and she like throws them at her opponent, stuff like that. You'll hear it in the Force sounds when I get to it. So, can you do some clashes? Very hard-hitting clashes. These are, this is inspired by the blue lightsabers, so think Anakin, Luke, Rey. A lot of Force, there's a couple of Force Awakens clashes in here, and it works for Blue Diamond, so. Against this a block up. Lockup's really cool. It's got like this sound into it. It's really cool. I love it. Let's get into some Force sounds.
You must understand, you are a diamond. Everyone on this planet is looking to you.
There's one of the times where she uses the energy ball and she fires it at Steven in one of the episodes. Reunited, I'm pretty sure.
How dare you fuse a member of my court? You will be broken for this! Pathetic! That's enough!
Lots of great quotes, and there's the other energy ball she fires at Steven. Poor Steven, he gets knocked around in this show a lot.
Good will any of this do? The more I make these gems suffer, the more I long to see you again, Pink.
Okay, let's move on to Pink Diamond, and that should be it for the font.
Pink! Oh, but could you imagine me down there laughing and playing with the amethysts?
Pink Diamond's the lowest theme of all the diamonds. It's got an even more somber sound than Blue Diamonds, but it's something special about it. It's deep, but also pleasant on the ears, but there's something more to it. I can't describe it. That's probably why my friends, because one of my friends, this is actually his favorite. Pink Diamond is his favorite. Bit of a controversial opinion if you know anything about the character, which I have my issues with the character, but at the end of the day, I think I'm slowly starting to like the character a bit more and more and more, even with all the stupid stuff she's done. But it's definitely one of those examples of a character that you're just conflicted with. It's a character that really makes you think. It's definitely one of the more human animated characters in a cartoon. It's, you know, if you get a character on a show that's got people split whether she was good or bad, you've done something right in terms of introducing this human element into your character that ultimately is an inanimate, 2D, hand-drawn character. So, you did something right, Steven Universe. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up to you. So, let's get into some smooth swings. Get into some clashes. Lots of strong clashes. Let's get into some accent swings, because I forgot to do that. The swings, they're very unique. They got like this flutter effect that like trails off. Like that. I don't know how to describe it. It's nice. I love it. I think it works with the character, so. Let's get into some force effects.
I want my own planet. I deserve it. I'm just as important as you.
Anyone who's seen the show knows what that sound is. I'm not going to say it here because it's probably the biggest spoiler of the entire show. So I just got to be careful with the force effects. And if I get a spoiler, I'm just going to edit out the video anyway. So, I mean, most of this video has just been quotes and stuff like that. So we've been out of context. Most people probably who haven't seen the show don't know what it is. So, but anyone who has, you know, it's like huge. So
I wish I could just be there. Let's never speak of this again. No one can know.
I love how that sound came out. I took a scene from the show and modified it a little bit. I thought the impact of the glass wasn't as prominent, so I took some glass shattering sound and combined it. It came out good. And Joel, Cosmic Ape, he threw it into the font, so I'm glad he did.
No one can ever find out we did this. I never want to look back.
And there's one more thing you get with this font, besides music tracks, but I'm not going to demonstrate the music tracks just because this video is going to be super long anyways. You guys can buy the font and check out the tracks yourself. It's mostly tracks from the show that relate to the character, so it's all stuff you probably heard before. So I'm going to show you guys one more thing, because you do get one more thing to this font. So you get a second hum, and the second hum is special because it's her other theme from Back to the Moon. It only played in one episode, but it's got like this interesting sound to it, and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to use it in the font. So I decided to throw it on there, and it's a bit symbolic too, because you get two hums only with the pink diamond font. Anyone who's seen the show knows it's symbolic, why the number 2 should be symbolic with pink diamond. So I'm not going to spoil it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So there you go. That's Tyrant Diamonds by the Cosmic Ape. You can buy it over at repulsecollectibles.com. It's $12, but you get 4 fonts. Although, with this font, I should warn you guys ahead of time, it's not like your standard font where you get, like, 16 swings and, like, 16 clashes and, like, a bunch of, like, sounds and stuff like that. You do get enough sounds, though, with this font. You get plenty of force sounds and tons of extra font sounds and quotes and all that. It's great. But just don't expect to get, like, a ton of, like, clashes and, like, stuff like that, just because this is a 4-in-1 package. You're buying it in the sense that you're getting 4 characters. And the sounds that he provides is more than enough, honestly. I think if we threw in all like the 17 and 16 clashes, 16 swings, and all that stuff, it might have been a little overkill. And I think the sounds that we have, they're fine on their own. So, well, I know some people out there are like, I want it exactly how, it always comes, like in the default packages, like the 16 swings and the clashes and all that stuff. So, but it is what it is. So I definitely pick this up if you're a Steven Universe fan, and if you're a Star Wars fan. It's very musical sounding. A lot of people have been saying that it reminds them of the Proxima Centauri saber font, which I actually have and I will be reviewing at some point. So, except that's an 80s synth font. This is a synth font specifically based around the diamonds from Steven Universe. But I can see why people can make the comparison, because they're very similar. Anything involving synths is probably going to be similar. So let me know what you all think. because I'd love to do more of the Steven Universe characters. I already have one of the other characters in mind. I'm not going to say who, but she was definitely a character that probably none of us were expecting to like blow up in popularity. She only showed up like twice in the course of the series, and she stole the show every time she showed up. She is close to the Diamonds, I will say that though. So, not going to say who, but she's one of the more newer characters that didn't get enough screen time. But the screen time we did get of her was more than enough to qualify that she's one of the best characters on the show. Anyone who hasn't even seen the show probably already knows who this character is. But so the next time you see a Steven Universe font review is going to be on that character. I'm not going to say who. I will give you one hint. Your hint is that she's looking for some other friends. Do with that as you will with that information. So that's your hint in terms of who's the next Steven Universe character. So thank you all so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and my diamonds. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.